ancient chronology is basically the foundation of the entire edifice of global chronology. An imaginary foundation. Despite its numerous gaps and inconsistencies, Roman history is the best documented field of ancient history, and thus a reference scale of a paramount importance. But how well do we know the actual date of the city's foundation? The question makes more sense than it might seem for several reasons. Firstly, Rome is supposed to have been founded by the Trojans who had to flee after the fall of Troy. However, there are lots of different opinions as to when that happened exactly, and the datings offered are scattered over the range of 500 years. Some claim Rome to have been founded by Aeneas and Ulysses shortly after Troy had fallen. Others are of the opinion that there was an entire dynasty that ruled for 400 years between the fall of Troy and the foundation of Rome. What do modern historians really say about the correct chronology of the ancient Rome when they do not have to produce textbook-friendly output? The following: neither Diodorus nor Livy possess a correct chronology. We cannot trust the Fasti, which tell us nothing about who was made consul in which year, or the cloth writings that led Licinius Marcus and Tibero to contradictory conclusions. The most trustworthy documentation is the kind that turns out to be much more recent forgeries after in-depth analysis.
This book will change your entire perception of history forever. What if ancient Rome, Greece, and Egypt were invented during the Renaissance? What if the Old Testament was a rendition of events in the Middle Ages? What if Jesus Christ was born in 1053 and crucified in 1086 AD? Sounds unbelievable? Not after you've read History, Fictional Science by Anatoly Fomenko, the leading mathematician of our time.
Due to the controversy and the dubiety of all these medieval computations, the Genesis dating varies greatly from document to document. Let us quote the main examples. 5969 BC. The Antiochian dating according to Theophilus. 5508 BC. The Byzantine dating, also known as the Constantinople version. 5493 BC. Alexandrian, the Antiochian era, also 5472 BC or 5624 BC. 4004 BC. According to Usher, a Hebraic dating. 5872 BC. The so-called dating of the 70 interpreters. 4700 BC. Sumerian. 3761 BC. Judaic. 3491 BC. According to Hieronymus. 5199 BC. According to Eusebius of Caesarea. 5500 BC. According to Hippolytus and Sextus Africanus. 5515 BC. Also 5507 BC. According to Theophilus. 5551 BC. According to St. Augustine. As we can see, this temporal reference point, considered fundamental for the ancient chronology, fluctuates within the span of 2,100 years. We have only quoted the most famous examples here. It is expedient to know that there are about 200 various versions of the Genesis date in existence.
This book will change your entire perception of history forever. What if ancient Rome, Greece, and Egypt were invented during the Renaissance? What if the Old Testament was a rendition of events in the Middle Ages? What if Jesus Christ was born in 1053 and crucified in 1086 AD? Sounds unbelievable? Not after you've read History, Fictional Science by Anatoly Fomenko, the leading mathematician of our time.